You got a fine brown frame, and I wonder what could be your name. Yes, solid with me, 'cause all I can see is your fine brown frame. Tell me, how long have you been around, baby? When did you hit this town? Yeah, I wanna scream, 'cause I've never seen such a fine brown frame. Now all that I have is a broken down chair, but I would gladly make you king of my throne. Don't be a square, why don't you come over here? Ooh, together we could really get it on. Fine brown frame. Oh baby, won't you tell me your name? You're solid with me, 'cause all I can see is your fine brown frame. Well, hello, all you bedbugs. We are Sweet Swing Thing, brought to you by the Armed Forces Professional Entertainment Office. And we are here on Slumber Party because we have some ghost stories to tell. They've been to Europe, Asia, now the Caribbean. Can't believe the sights I'm seeing. Don't tell my daddy, my brother, my Uncle Boris about the fun we had in Honduras. Oh, whoa, baby, whoa, whoa. That country's hotter than a jalapeno. Nothing catches my eye like a USGI. 'Cause I'm wild about, goofy about, not so about, wild about your fine brown frame. Yeah.
Hey, where's Bob Hope?
Nowhere to be seen. Uncle Boris? Cousin Boris?
Uncle Boris.
Well, it was that.
What else happened?
Honduras,
There was the
Flores.
Oh yeah.
There was a more obvious one that didn't translate so well. And, well, this is Audrey Waslewski over here, and Mary Harris sitting next to her, and they are half of Sweet Swing Thing.
The sweet half.
The sweetest.
The swing half.
Sweet
Yeah, the girls are actually much sweeter.
You don't have to say that here. And they are with the Department of Defense, which kind of does a USO sort of thing.
Well, actually, yeah, the Armed Forces Professional Entertainment Office, AFPEO.
Don't you know?
That's the group that sends us non-celebrity tours and sends celebrity tours.
Bob Hope.
Jay Leno, Clint Black, good friend of ours.
Oh, yes.
Absolutely.
Really?
So it all comes out of the same office. The difference being that we are
Self-contained.
self-contained and congressional, like we take congressional money. USO takes private money. And Bob Hope plays the big bases and we play,
A tin roof on the top of a mountain for 6 guys and a German Shepherd who haven't seen anybody in 3 months.
where was that?
That was in Germany when the wall was still up. So there was an outpost overlooking the border site. And so there's guys that sit up in the tower all day. There's 6 of them, and they were there for 3 months. And we never looked so good.
You probably look good to the dogs.
That's
true.
So you're flown out to these places and dropped off, and you generally do one show and then zip off to the next one?
Yeah, primarily we move every day, and
Hit and
we've been lucky. We've been around the world.
Band around the world?
Been
Around the world.
Yeah, we've been to Europe,
Germany, Austria,
Holland, the
Azores. And then last summer we were in, what do they call it? The
Westpac, the Pacific Tour.
Pacific Tour. We were in Korea, Okinawa, Japan, Guam for a day, Hawaii. Guam for a day. The longest day, actually, September 2nd was 50 hours long.
Time
I can't
zone
figure
stuff.
that out.
Somebody once described Guam to me as like taking one of these floodlights that you have in your house and holding it right up to your face for like 8 hours. He said,
It's
"That's
a
what
lot
being in
like
Guam
that.
is
It's
like."
a lot like that. But we
Don't try
we
that
lucked
at
out. That made up for all the little tents and bugs and critters. Oh, and Johnston Atoll. Anyone? Anyone?
Quick.
We're talking
Atomic bomb?
test and
No, that's about
This is the man who knows. You know.
Oh, I know.
Amazing.
I know.
What do you know? They didn't tell us. They
I
lied
was
to
a
us.
teenage H-bomb for the FBI. A lot of people don't know that.
You were a teenage H-bomb?
Oh, yeah.
Well,
No.
we can land on
This
this
is really
island
good
that's
teenage
about
age
the size of an aircraft carrier. It's 1 mile by a half mile.
You
or
landed
something.
on the island.
Of Johnston? or
Atoll.
Johnston?
Atoll.
We
Yeah.
flew in, so 70% of the island is a airstrip.
Right.
And the rest are these little tents. Well, no, it's like trailers on cement blocks. Nice.
Yeah.
Very nice. And we're 800 miles in the Pacific.
822 miles from.
The next coldest beer, I think was what the sign said. And 7 feet above sea level. And there was this little mass of coral that they had turned into an island. And everyone was, should we say this? Everyone told us that it was a chemical destruction plant that they got rid of chemical
Nuclear
weapons.
weapons. They broke down nuclear weapons there.
Sure, and then what do they do with them?
Did you bring your Geiger counters?
Well, they gave us
Oh, we have
pictures.
Yeah.
They gave us when we first landed. We got briefed, and we were given this like survival kit that included a gas mask. So we had to go through gas mask training.
Fit them. Have you ever fit a gas mask? No. It's not an attractive
Oh,
thing.
and the guy was like, mean. There was like so much in it, like sucks your face, and
then
if
it makes that
suck your
great
face, you're
sound.
doing it wrong.
It makes that great
Oh,
part sound
yeah,
when
if
you
you're not,
put it
you
on.
have to go, and if it
And then all the
farts,
air
then
comes
you
out
do
of
it
your
wrong.
face. It's like this, and then you blow, and it goes flatulence.
Very carefully, of course.
And then it goes, and that's how you fit your gas mask.
Yeah, and then they
How
give
do
you
you
those
take it off once you've got it sucked onto your face?
back to front.
And they and your eyeballs come out.
And if your face is still in it, then you just...
And
Quickly put it back.
oh, and they got those. What's that called? Antidote. So that if the chemical, all right, if you hear one siren, pull out the first antidote thing, and you just jam it in your hip.
That was probably strychnine.
Don your
Lethal
gas
dose.
mask.
Don your gas mask immediately and do
Say
not
your
pass
prayers.
go or something.
And this is because they were carefully destroying the chemicals.
They said in the whole time that they've been there, there's never been an accident. But I don't know that they would confess that.
Of course,
I
the
mean,
man
when
who
you
told
get
us
off the plane.
the man who told us that had 2 heads. So
We're convinced we're all gonna have 3-headed babies. We'll be back
was no
for another
accident.
episode if that happens.
And your lovely pillows came from...
Oh, these are from Korea. This is a pillow. Try it. Really? Actually, in the summer it's not bad because it's cool.
Yeah, really, Chinese fist
I
cuff.
thought it looked like something your grandma would have on her toilet for Kleenex
Yeah,
or
exactly.
something.
Thank you. And basically you just
Well,
go
it's
and you
really
entertain
kind of
the
okay.
boys.
Well, they're lying on the floor anyway, right?
Yeah,
They're
on a straw mat, right?
on a straw mat.
This is
Oh,
why
this
we
wasn't
get.
the
This
boys,
is why
this was
we
the
have gotten
local.
capital together in this country, so we don't have to lie on straw mats and put these stupid things under our heads.
And you're
We have
primarily
big
there
feather pillows.
entertaining the boys. How do the women react to you?
What
I mean,
women?
we have some of your promo pictures, and this one, they look... Can you get that camera?
They look young and innocent. don't
This
they?
one, they look sort of like they're young and innocent, and then you get the
Sort
sort
of
of
like children's theater, doesn't it?
slightly seamier side.
I don't think that's at all.
You'd be
sweet.
surprised. The
Well,
women,
maybe a little bit.
It's artistic.
like in Germany, a lot of the women we
That
met
scene.
were not military. They would be the wives because in Germany they were able to bring the whole family over. And they're like wives from Kansas who maybe got married right out of high school, and they were so happy to see somebody American because they
right.
were overwhelmed by the whole notion
Right.
of being in another country. And so they wanted to talk about their soap opera. They wanted to talk about commercials because they get all military commercials that
Right.
say don't talk in the grocery store, re-enlist, whatever.
Yeah.
And they were so excited to see women because there's so few. So
to
mostly
see Americans, the tour we did before, this last tour was all girls, but the previous 2 tours that we did, it was a
Oh,
group
yeah,
of 6,
Destination
and
Anywhere.
there were two guys on the tour, and
Which would explain the 6 irresistible young singers and dancers on your sign-up.
exactly.
we didn't write that. We have to make that clear. This was a gift. This was a gift.
This is who we are.
We're irresistible young singers and dancers.
Free all hands.
We like
Yeah, that's
that.
what does the free all hand means exactly.
It was a Navy base. All hands on deck. I had to
All
come.
hands means everybody has to...
Everyone be
invited.
there. It's an order.
Okay.
Yeah,
If
but
you have
it's
time off, get
Yeah,
that.
I got you. All hands.
all hands.
All hands.
But I think primarily we're just we're like a
Distraction.
happy little distraction for people. So for men and women, I mean, we talk to everybody for hours and hours.
So you go and you sing, but it's not just the show.
No, we do
You
like
schmooze.
We schmooze for. We're responsible for an hour and a half of controlled entertainment.
Control.
Because that there's a format that they've even seen us do. That originally the Department of Defense came and saw our show and said, "Great,
Seal of approval.
but are you sure you don't want to do that on stilts, dressed like Uncle Sam?" But so they like the show, and then we have the rest of the day to either go off base and see what's in the area. What we like to do, because there's so many, fascinating things that you just never know as a civilian. Find out what people do, like why are you here? Why are you in the middle of Germany for no reason? So they show us, and they get excited because they get the feeling that nobody cares, and so they're like, yeah, we're here to keep here, and they let you look through the binoculars. This is
That's
why we're
what
here.
we're watching. Now Lee, who was from Baltimore, does something not completely dissimilar. You entertain people here who are here for...
Hardly ever by singing, though.
You do what?
I'm an avant garde conceptual modern artist,
Which means...
which means I do really pointy-headed projects where I tape things together with Scotch tape.
Like what, for example? Like tree limbs, perhaps?
Tree limbs sometimes. In fact, just today, it's funny you should mention that.
I was thinking. Good segue.
Thank you, that's why I get so much money for this.
I was sitting there waiting, thinking something will happen.
Oh, it's
something
going
will.
to do this. So Lee, you're what you said again? A conceptual?
Avant garde conceptual modern artist.
Avant-garde
I've never heard anybody
conceptual-
actually
It's
admit
one
to
word,
this.
avant garde.
Right.
It's the
It's
first
like a yolk and
3
an egg.
syllables.
I wonder if we can get it really close on that. Probably not, but
It looks like a deviled
does
egg.
it look like a deviled egg,
It looks
doesn't
like a
it?
little
Oh my
deviled
Going
egg.
with
God.
the organic thing, you know?
It's-
It's sort of like seeing Jesus on a tortilla, do you think?
Well, not exactly.
Yes.
So what are you going to do with these tree limbs?
Well, we'll make a fine brown frame, obviously.
Love him,
I
Anna.
thought
really good
we could, well, because summer is here, and I thought we could.
And the living is easy.
Well, do you like to lie around in the summer under a tree and look up through the branches and
Of course.
see airplanes and birds and so on?
Who doesn't?
Yeah.
I couldn't get any birds because, you know, this doesn't speak well of my character. I was afraid to use a bird in tape because I thought I might wound it somehow, you know.
Taking
But
the tape
here I was
off.
perfectly willing to put branches on live human beings, so I'm a little inexperienced in this way. But what I want to do is make a little bit of a statue here, a sort of a celebration of coming summer. You know, we'll put some the whole thing.
We
Coming
celebrate.
summer.
Okay.
Yes.
So I'm going to climb up in the middle here, and I'll need all of your help. You'll have to hold these branches over your heads without letting them hurt you in any way. In fact, let's put this end up in the air since you like it so much.
Okay.
All right.
Watch
Now,
the
you're gonna have
microphone.
to hold it,
Insurance, Miles?
you're
Do we have
gonna
what?
hold it for a minute. So
Ooh,
try to take
he's
it
been
easy now.
lanced.
I've got all
call me
these other
Lance.
branches I have to get too.
Now I think that end's going to go down, sort of.
Does this remind you of latrines?
It reminds me of our hooch. We
Okay,
lived
you
in a
hold
hooch.
this one if you can.
This is the
we're gonna
hooch
try
that
to get
leaves
the
them.
ends together, you know.
And a hooch is what?
It's sort of a,
Oh, I see what you're doing. Like.
tent, but made out of wood. And so it's a lot like sleeping under the stars
Yeah.
behind a screen or something.
And what
Yeah.
if it rains? It's
You're
waterproof?
you're fairly safe. The more scary thing are the Kentucky National Guard outside. Because you have a padlock on your hooch.
Actually, I have
It's not
no
really
reason to
a door.
believe that these will stay up that way, so I need one more branch, one more important branch.
Yeah, the
Hang
key
on.
branch.
Like a marshmallow.
Have you ever done this before, Lee? I feel like a marshmallow.
On a bun.
He's not gonna like this, is he?
Once we're under, he can do whatever he wants.
I never practiced any of my statues ahead of time.
So this really
Watch
is
the
a
microphone.
conceptual
Watch the
avant garde.
Am I?
This is
a
what
one of
makes
a
it so
kind.
avant-garde, is that even I've never done it before.
I see. Now, Miles, what's your
Yeah, don't worry. We're going to protect most of the
Ah, it gets a teepee
Parts
kind of a
here.
thing.
Oh, I am hitting the microphone.
No, you were warned about that, Lee.
Yes.
We might have to send you
But you were
home.
very delicate about it, though. So.
Well,
So, now, Lee, what other sort of things do you do?
Now, if this comes crashing down on all of us, this will be bad. This will be a bad
It will
thing.
not be good. Actually,
this takes up a lot of my time. Just doing this.
keeping trees together.
Well, actually, this is the first time in recent memory that I've done anything as organic as a tree.
You usually do ballpoint pens.
Ballpoint pens and all kinds of disparate.
So just see my hand getting
Thanks.
taped to the ground.
See, the statues are like symbols of things. So I take things that don't normally go together and I put them together with my favorite material.
So like tape,
Tape.
and trees, for example.
Yeah.
Well, tape is his favorite material.
Tape is a very spiritual
I
thing
like
for me.
glue
How did you
guns.
get
I
into
like
tape,
glue
Lee?
guns.
I love glue
They
guns.
do everything. You don't even have to know how to sew anymore.
You know, it's funny you should say that
Oh,
because
my hand's coming out.
glue guns, I almost began my relationship with materials.
Oh,
As an
she's a very
avant-garde
brave young
conceptual
lady.
modern artist with glue guns because I like them so much. You know, I teach kids how to make avant-garde conceptual modern art, and they use glue guns a lot, and sometimes they get it on themselves. And it's so funny because they get the hot glue on themselves, and it's burning them, right? And the first thing they do is they go, "Oh no!" And then it's burning up. Like, "Oh no!" Like this back and forth. I try to warn them.
I don't
Okay.
think this is quite.
Is that staying there yet?
Well, this part here,
You've
I'm
got
just
a
sort of
job for
holding.
yourself
Okay,
there.
I'm
Go ahead,
gonna
Miles,
run
you let
tape
go.
around the whole bed now, and we'll see. If we can-
No
Oh,
hands.
perfect. Now, you guys have another song for us?
Oh, we could. Okay, we've got one. This is
You
sort
have
of
to sing loud so the tape doesn't...
what's in our key.
This will be like a kind of percussive accompaniment.
Oh, wait, we're gonna need that in a minute.
Okay.
That's good. Okay. This is like sort of a little signature piece because everyone asks us, you're like, oh, we're a USO group, and we're like, yeah. We're sort of just like the Andrews sisters, right? So we do this to sort of make everybody happy.
Ah! Props and everything?
Props and everything. Ready?
Should I take my...
All
Yeah,
right.
later. Okay. Well, we get. You ready?
All right, I think I'm ready.
You have to start. Oh God.
How's it doing?
You have to start.
Good.
1, 2, 3. He was a famous trumpet man from out Chicago way. He had a boogie style that no one else could play. He was the top man at his craft. Mother, his number came up and he was gone with his rest. He's in the army now, a blowing reveille. He's a boogie woogie bugle boy, company B. They made him blow a bugle for his Uncle Sam, which really brought him down because he could not stand. The captain seemed to understand, because the next day the cap went out and drafted a band, and now the company jumps when he plays heavily. He's a boogie woogie bugle boy of Company B. He was some boogie woogie bugle boy of Company B. And when he plays boogie woogie bugle, he's as busy as a bee. And when he plays, he makes the company jump back to the bar. He's a boogie woogie bugle boy of Company B. He blows the day to the bar. He can blow a note if the bass and guitar is with him. And the company jumps when he plays reveille. He's a boogie woogie bugle boy of Company B. He puts the guys to sleep with boogie every night and wakes them up with him in the early bird. They clap their hands and stomp their feet, cause he knows how to blow when someone gives him a beat. Whoa, 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 whoa. Okay, so that's like how the Andrews sisters did it, and this is how Sweet Swang Fine did it. Help me out, girl. Pump it up. I need your help. There you go. There was a bugle boy out in the windy city, like the windy blew his trumpet down to the nitty gritty, funky boogie woogie beat. Most legit across the land, he was moving, bumping, grooving till he met his Uncle Sam, who said, "Yo, I want you." And now he's in the canteen, peeling those potatoes and washing pots and pans. Girl,
Who can boogie woogie with a pair of dishpan hands?
but he's the boy.
Boogie woogie boy.
Holy.
He's the boy.
That's right.
Boogie woogie boy.
Shut it down. The voice of
A tossing
and
and
a turning, just a dreaming of his horn. Like a flash, he got a plan. I'll get up early in the morning. He grabbed that boogie bugle, played a funky reveille, and put the boogie woogie back in his company.
Cause he's a boy.
That's right.
Boogie woogie boy. Oh, he's a boy. Boogie woogie boy.
Ho! The captain said, yo.
Yo, 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 man.
What's that noise? He peered out of his tent and caught a bustin' fly, boy. Hit. Dance break here. Our boy said, listen, Cap, there's no need to scowl. It's not insubordination. It's good for the morale. The captain said, yeah, I see, and grabbed the corporal and his privates and formed him a posse.
Cause he's a boy. Boogie woogie boy. Oh, he's a boy. Boogie woogie boy.
Ho! They're thumping, but pumping, and now that company's jumping when he plays reveille, cause he's a boogie woogie bugle boy of Company B.
Yay!
Now, Lee,
That was super fast.
you have a video with you?
I do.
They could be rolling it
perhaps,
even now.
Perhaps while you're taping, we could watch it.
We could watch it.
What's it about?
This is about, I think the segment that we're gonna pick is taping little furry animals, but these are actually fake furry animals. They're just you know, those child's toys to the top of a high power tension, you know, high power tower. You know, the big wires and the big voltage and everything. Taping them to that because.
Oh, very nice.
Well, I'm not sure. It's sort of an intuitive thing because I'm an
Avant Garde.
And,
an artist.
and did you go up there without like checking with the power company? Did you call Miss
I did.
Utility first?
No, I snuck it. I sneak everything. I do.
I see a lot of the. You're not the sneaker guy. Sometimes I'm driving through DC and I see sneakers on the high voltage wire. Like
No.
People throw. That's not you.
No, because that would have been doing it twice, and I never do
Oh,
it
okay.
twice.
Exactly. You say something once, why say it again?
So let's see the
That's-
tape.
Okay.
You know, traditionally there's a separation between the world of water sports on the one hand and computers on the other hand. I selected this somewhat boxy and traditional monitor because of its ability to sit flat and square on this not terribly sturdy, but reasonably flat air mattress. Okay, we're gonna support the structure primarily with several wide and straight ahead lashings that will go around the entire structure. It's important to check out the path of the tape, the whole path of the tape. For all I know, I could be getting bunching underneath here. Just a couple of more lashes. And we're ready for another part of the lashing procedure. A frapping is sort of a wrap that goes around the original lashings, tightening them. Now the challenge is getting the whole roll of tape to go underneath the original lashings, something that we have managed to do. I can feel now the energy. I can feel the sparks beginning to arc between my brain cells as I search for and in fact find meaning in the relationship between these separate elements. It harkens back to the message in the bottle idea, still present in our culture. The loneliness of being the sole bearer of information. The contrast between work as represented by the computer monitor and play as represented by the fun raft. The ubiquitous and yet silly presence and predominance of beige as a choice for computer colors, when clearly the bubbly primary colors on the mattress provide a more fun, entertaining, decorative environment. Sometimes.
Thank you.
So we're back. Thank you very much. Now, the furry animals, there were PETA people outside, so we couldn't show that bit, so we showed the water sports instead.
Right, water sports.
Which is fascinating, and I think you've got a very good point.
Well, thanks. And in fact,
Beigeness of...
maybe that was better in a way, because one of the ways that we can counteract the overly organic nature of all this stuff is by continuing with the statue by taping these
Aircraft.
Incoming.
I think I have wrapped ones.
I got the USA.
Some of them are very aggressive.
Wow, look at that one. He's got a fighting
These are some small ones. We don't want the runways.
Okay, so I just get the two and motorized pull and go jets.
Isn't this aggressive?
Oh.
It says please have an adult twist removed and button lock in this car.
Oh,
Wow, these are heavy. All right,
Oh, are
so
those metal?
this is the next part of we're actually taking part now.
Yeah, now
So we
we want
part-
to try and, this is an intuitive thing, so you need to place these, placement is everything. You need to place these in such a way that you get an aesthetic rush off it, You want to place these in an aesthetic way, or like wherever you want them, we can probably manage to engineer the tape. But don't feel you need to put them where they stay naturally, because the wonderful thing about tape is that you can do anything with it.
Where does it want to go?
Oh, yours I like that.
That's good that you're listening to the plane tell you where
really
it
needed an adult to do this.
Tell me
That's
where you want to
absolutely
go.
the right
And
thing
this
to
is
do.
how you do most of your art. Is
This is
listening
how I
to
do
the
all my art, yeah. And I'm still getting,
And where do you perform, Lee?
well, I perform on videotape, so I can go anywhere,
Basically. And your
yeah.
videotapes are shown anywhere in particular? or-
Balmer.
On all kinds of places,
Balmer?
Buffalo and,
Really?
yeah.
That's not an option, though. That's where
This
it
little one,
wants
let's
to
put this one on right here. Okay.
Wouldn't that be cool to show a film on a buffalo, wouldn't it?
On a buffalo?
Yeah.
This one
I
looks
saw-
trapped, look at it, the whole. He's gone. I knew that as soon
that
as I
bad?
smothered the pilot. You can't smother the pilot and have him survive.
Hi, guys.
No, it's okay. It's part of the high-risk world of avant-garde.
Like
conceptual
mistletoe?
modern art.
So, now I saw just recently.
Looks like a gypsy
Oh
moth.
my
We
god,
can
that was
still
a
do
bright
that, like a
thing.
little ornament. Sure, stick it right on there. No problem.
Miles,
Hold it
stop
right up
eating
there.
my plate.
I've got the Rodan of
Miles is-
aircraft.
Oh, well, all right, it's too heavy for now. Let's try something else.
Should I
Here,
take
feel
it?
free
Too
to get
heavy
into
for
some
tape?
tape yourself.
Too heavy for tape?
Oh, I don't know if I'm ready to do
Well,
the
no,
tape
it's too
thing.
heavy
So
for the
now-
way I've been taping. This is an art error I made.
Are your videos shown in galleries or are they shown
No,
on...
well, I mean, actually, they do put them in galleries occasionally. I'm not quite sure why, because I think it's much more avant-garde to be on cable television,
Or buffalo.
Or buffalo?
especially in Buffalo.
Oh,
But,
so look, he's taped you now.
yeah, you're all taped.
Oh.
You
I
can
kind
just,
of like it so you can appreciate
you can
Can
just,
we add a Mayan ruin? May we add a ruin to the piece of art?
Absolutely.
Mine,
This is your
perhaps?
summer gazing thing, so if you gaze
We
with,
did, we gazed
with
at the
these
Mayan
on.
rulers.
Oh,
No, he's
that
barely
one.
here. He's
All right,
barely
let me
Where
get
would you
up
like
and
this
tape
one?
that.
So he doesn't
Oh,
exactly
is it
he doesn't
speaking?
actually qualify as
Let's make it-
setting
we'll suspend
naturally
it.
there.
Miles, maybe you can help me by
Oh, you got the
finding a
Batwing
place
still.
to do that. You know,
Wow. No, that's a U.S. Air
very
Force.
aggressive. Let's get
Stealth.
these out of here.
Whatever.
These are unattractive. See, but we can counteract the organic nature of the wood with the plastic part.
Of the plane.
That's the thing. That's really.
Miles, how old are you? And if you're a stealth, don't you want to be quiet?
Because this is TV time, I can't really tape these on as tight as I want to.
I like that. This is smoking monkey.
Are you guys going to sing some more?
But
What should we sing?
Sing something else.
Sing something else? Sing. Now put something sort of participatory.
Nice job, the seaplane. Where do you want to put that, Miles?
I would take it to the microphone. We've got too many. I don't want to have an aesthetic judgment about where I put it. I want to have an airplane judgment about where I
That's
put
a nice. Well, that would be the best. Of
Come on, Miles, sing on top.
it. Going up for 100,000 feet.
Just with the scene. Over here?
There you go.
Died long time ago. Little bitty pretty one. I've been watching you grow
Right, you think we're done?
That was wonderful.
Are we
I
ever
can do
finished
that.
with these things?
Well, you have to sort of reach a plateau.
getting tape in
and
my
I think-
hair.
I
Have we
tape in my
peaked?
mouth and I think we've peaked. Oh, thank God, I need a cigarette now. Now, the rolls of tape, are they supposed to be part of it?
No,
No.
they're merely a tool.
Nearly a tool?
That was my mistake.
Oh, jeez.
I got excited. The
Now,
It's
no,
still,
you-
it's like iconic. I mean, when you think about it, if there's an icon on this assemblage thing here, it's that. It's that tape.
Is the
thing.
tape?
Absolutely.
You're horrible.
Well, it is representative of a lot of things. Mostly,
Yeah, tape. Where did the whole tape concept come from?
well, tape is, you know, it's a kind of plastic that I grew up with because it's polyester and my dad was a chemist. So, you know, my whole life is woven with this plastic thing. But it really, it's a metaphor for the little dendrites in your brain that connect your neurons together. Those are everything.
Are they
I mean,
taped
Every
to
day
your
you
neurons?
should get up and you should thank the dendrites because they make all this. This
But
pop.
daily affirmation, I love my dendrites.
I love my dendrites.
Nephron and dendrites, they're the best.
They are, you know, and this is a sort of symbol for those, you know.
And how is it symbolic for those?
Well, because it connects everything together with this kind of organic, stringy,
Ganglia.
you know, yeah, that.
Ganglia.
Ganglia.
Really like what
Like an olecranon process,
such
just a
smart
big
ideas.
one.
You've got
Ah, like hitting your funny bone. Boing.
That was the tape experience.
Wow. And you know, when you think about it, if all the adhesives on this planet, you know, concrete included, would disappear, this whole damn place would fall apart.
Everything.
Exactly, man. We'd be
Connections
cooking over fires
And
tonight.
tape was a really important part of how we flew. That's funny, tape and planes. We
Really?
were on a C-5, which is like the biggest thing you've ever seen go into the sky.
Right.
And they taped the door shut.
They did not.
Yeah, they were having a little problem, and so they taped it shut.
A
Well, they
good
don't have
choice.
good-
You're probably very safe. You know,
With
a lot of
what?
people don't
With
realize
sort of
that.
duct tape or something, or?
Yes, and no one else was. No one seemed as panicked as we were. I mean, we were. And then there's also that smoke that comes in as you're landing. In military aircraft, there's like it's this temperature change thing, and no one else was moving, but we couldn't help but notice
Inside
that the
the
cabin.
plane?
Yeah, the cabin fills with this.
Never happens on
And it-
commercial planes. I think that's why you're
Well,
so
it-
unnerved by it.
It's nothing like commercial flying because, like, on a
Well,
commercial
first of all,
flight,
they give you earplugs.
Yeah.
Oh, they do give you earplugs.